So around like the time my son was like 2 months old, we got into a huge fight. And during that fight, he put his hands on me, and he literally took off with my keys, jumped into my car, and my purse is in my car at that time, and he left and went back to his hometown. So we end up going in the front room. He's still hollering and cussing and calling me all of my name in front of in the same vicinity of my son. And then he like looks over at the counter, and like I had a birthday cake that my sister brought me for my birthday. He walks over to my birthday cake and just smashes it. Like it just flew all over my walls. Like it just flew. And I was just sitting there like, this man is evil. Like he is the devil. Everything was everywhere. He tore my house apart, literally tore my house apart. I go in my room, flat screens is off the walls. My videos of my apartment is in my feed or whatever y'all can go look at. I tore my apartment apart, stole my son's PlayStation, Xbox, TVs, bleached all my clothes, stole my bundles. It was a whole lot. Basically ramshacked my whole apartment, destroyed it.
Welcome back to another episode of Clocked Out Conversations. I'm your host Vyncke, and today we got some more TikTok content. Storytime with my bestie Miracle. Listen how her baby daddy turned her and her son's life upside down, causing her to lose everything in a matter of 30 days. I'm not here to waste your time. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more, and let's get into it.
I guess we're doing a story time on how my child's father came into my life and wreaked havoc. I'm going to start this off by saying this is really hard to talk about, so y'all be very gentle with me, okay? Because it's not an easy topic. But so about if I'm going to talk to y'all about the story, I got to go back to the beginning, when me and him first didn't work out, and he and I separated the first time. So my son was born in 2019, and we was already rocky in that point, and I was kind of fed up with it. I was over it, and I accepted the fact that I'm gonna just be a single mom, and I was okay with that because it was just too much. So around the time my son was 2 months old, we got into a huge fight, and during that fight, he put his hands on me, and he literally took off with my keys, jumped into my car, and my purse is in my car at that time, and he left and went back to his hometown. And so me and my 2-month-old son was by ourselves, trying to figure it out. So I ended up moving with my friend, and yeah, that was a rocky situation. So we're gonna fast forward this into around the time my son turned 1. He wasn't around because he was in jail. So around the time my son turned 1, he got out of jail, and I was having a party for my son. And I've always been that parent that was if me and his dad don't work out, I wasn't gonna keep our child away from his father. So I ended up letting him come to the birthday party, whatever, and that kind of opened back a little bit of door of our relationship as far as co-parenting without him doing anything. If he did anything, it was a box of diapers or a teddy bear or really small stuff. He wasn't doing too much. So whatever. So now we're gonna fast forward this up into the time that I let him back into both of our life. So this happened in the beginning of this year. So at the beginning of this year, he was texting me and, checking on his son and, telling me that he's changed. Yeah, sorry for the loud noise of the car. I'm in somebody else's car and their car makes sounds. But back to the story. So, yeah, so he was texting me and, saying that he was changing and that he wanted to be, part of our family again, and he was going to do better. He was so empathetic and sorry for all the stuff he did in the past. So, I was listening and I was just, praying about it. Obviously, the prayers, I don't know about that, but yeah, so I ended up letting him come stay with me. And so around the end of April of this year, my birthday's in May, so around the end of April, he moved back from where he was staying in another state to come stay in my apartment. And when they say trust people for who they are and what they do to you the first time, maybe I should have trusted him. So he ended up moving back into my apartment. At first it's cool, he's working at at Waffle House, and he's doing little here and there things or whatever. I'm trying to give him grace because I know he's not feeling his feet, and I opened the door. So yeah, I'm just trying to be patient with him and just I'm gonna help you, and we're gonna do this together as parents. Stuff started to change real fast like this. So attitude started flaring, control of my possessions started happening, and I just started seeing that old him creeping back in. So I'm just trying to be patient, talking to him about what I need and, the support and how we need to work together as a team. All my talking was going one ear and out the other. Okay, so I'm just talking to him. I'm trying to be patient with him. I'm not trying to like put too much on him because I know he got a lot on him, and then it ended up being a lot on me. So I'm just like, man, I don't know what I got into, but I'm just trying to stay fast in it, just trying to work through it. This is when I knew I messed up. So one day, he had to go to work, and I had to work late that night because I work overnight. So he had to go to work that morning. So I get off of work. I get off a 12-hour shift. I'm heading home. My brother-in-law is driving my car to come get me from work because I can't drive overnight because I be tired. So he came and got me, took me home, and I'm preparing my mind to like get him up for work. So I'm texting him like, hey, it's time for you to like get up. I'm on my way. Like, be ready so that way you won't be late. Child, when I got in the house and I walk in the door, he's still asleep. So I'm like, okay, you got to be at work. Like, it's time. Like, I text you. Like, why are you not ready? He must have turned around and started hollering at me and yelling. Mind you, my son is asleep in the bed. So I'm like, oh no, like, this is crazy. Like, you're yelling, and because I'm trying to get you to work, like, and you're yelling at me because I want you to be on time. Like, what is going on? He yelling at me, cussing at me, talking about I done woke him up, just tripping. I'm talking about like tripping. I'm like, this is crazy. So in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta find my way up out of this because my son is not used to this, and it's early in the morning. He gotta go to school. He's not used to all this screaming and stuff. Like, you're really crazy for real. Like, that's the old you is creeping in. I'm seeing it. So I'm just silently like, I'm not saying nothing else to you. Like, you're really like weird. And mind you, this was on Mother's Day. Like, literally, this was on Mother's Day. I woke him up and he was screaming at me like this on Mother's Day. Y'all, I was just like, this is crazy. Like, happy Mother's Day to me. Yeah. Y'all want part 2? Tune in. So we left off on Mother's Day. So Mother's Day or whatever, he ended up like heading out to work, catching an Uber or whatever. And then once he get off of work, he came in with like some food that he get from his job for me, I guess for forgiveness, a treaty or whatever. And then like a Mother's Day card, which I wasn't even like fazed by, but I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm just really trying here. Mind you, I'm really trying. He ended up apologizing for his behavior earlier, and I just accepted it and tried to move on. So then a little bit after that, so my birthday rolled around, and so I'm thinking that he has something planned for us to do on my birthday. Like, okay, so my birthday's here, no plans. So I'm just like, okay, we'll just go do lunch, and then I'll go out with my cousin and my sister. So we did lunch. I ended up paying because he didn't have no money, even though he had money previously from working and doing whatever he was doing. So I ended up paying for lunch or whatever. And then later on that night, I would end up going out with my sister and my cousin. So I go out with my cousins or whatever. And then I ended up getting a number and just to get a person in my face, because I don't know how to reject people. It's kind of been weird doing that. So I just get my number out and block them. So he ended up finding out about that. I actually told him that I got a number. A dude asked my number, and trying to be honest, he got upset about it, and that made him more upset. Even though I didn't do nothing with the dude, I told him everything about it. That made him more upset. He said he forgave me. We moved on. So literally, this was the day after my birthday, mind you. He moved in the end of April. This is the end of May, so this is not even 30 days. So I get up one morning, the day after my birthday, and I'm getting ready to, get my son ready for school, my daily routine, which I'll see. So I'm getting up, made my son breakfast, turned on the TV, which I always do. This man started tripping. This man started yelling in my house again. Like, the TV was just so loud. He's hollering in my house. Like, he paid the light bill. The TV's loud. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm like, oh my goodness, like, my son is trying to sleep. Like, you're tripping. So I'm just like, yeah, you're doing too much. Ended up being like a whole theatric. Like, literally, it was like so much. Like, he was yelling so bad, cussing me out so bad in front of our son. I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, you're doing all this because I'm turning on the TV, because I'm doing my morning routine for my son, for our son. At this point, my son's not even going to school because you didn't yell for a whole hour. You didn't cuss me out. You didn't call me all type of BIT, whatever, in front of my child. I'm just over it. I'm drained. At this point, I'm ready for you to go. So he's yelling, he's screaming. So I remember like telling him, like, let's go in the front room because I don't want to do all this in front of my son. So we end up going in the front room. He's still hollering and cussing and calling me all of my name in front of in the same vicinity of my son. And then he like looks over at the counter, and like I had a birthday cake that my sister brought me for my birthday. He walks over to my birthday cake and just smashes it. Like, it just flew all over my walls. Like, it just flew. And I was just sitting there like, this man is evil. Like, he is the devil. So after he smashed my cake or whatever, I'm just like over it. I'm just sitting there like, how do I get out of this? I'm praying, and I'm just like, how do I get out of this? And I'm just silent, like just watching him. And the spirit in him, it was just so demonic. Like, I just seen it in his eyes. Like, his eyes was just pitch black. Like, he did not care. And so, he ended up, like, walking through my house smoking. And I told him, like, I don't like smoking in my house. Like, my son is here. I don't like smoking in my house. He don't care at all, okay? And don't follow no rules at all. So he's smoking, and then I'm like, okay, well, if you're gonna smoke, obviously just open the doors, because my son is in his house. You don't care, so just open the door. So he opens the door and he's yelling and stuff like that. And so then I get up and I stand by my front door. So when I stand by my front door, he pushed me like real hard, where I fell like real hard. So yeah, so once he pushed me and I fell, my son was in the room. He heard it. So I just like ran to my room and I was just crying really hard. And my son was just like, he heard it. So he's just like, what's wrong, Mom? He's thinking like the worst. Even though it was bad, but he's like seeing me hold myself. Like, he's like, what is going on? So the police came and I'm crying. I'm hysterical. I don't even know what to say to them because he's watching over me. And yeah, it was just a terrible situation. The police didn't end up doing anything because I didn't know what to say at the time, because he was like hovering over me. And I was just in like a really like a vulnerable state. Like, I really was. Like, my son was crying, I was crying, he was standing there pleading and begging me not to press charges. It was just a lot going on. The police ended up leaving or whatever, and then he was just like, you're on police time. Like, he kept saying that, like, you're on the police time, like, basically like I'm ready to call the police on him, which I wasn't caring. So I ended up like telling him, hey, I need to go wash my son's clothes. You know, it's like his clothes are piling up. I need to go wash his clothes, so I'm about to leave. He was really hesitant on me taking my son with me to go wash his clothes. But I ended up like telling him, like, I'm not on nothing. I'm done arguing. I'm done fighting with you. It is what it is. I forgive you. Just really trying to plead my way out of it so I can get out of it. So once he agreed for me to take my son without a fight, I ended up taking my son, getting in my car, and I drove off. Once I got in that car, the Holy Spirit told me, don't go back. Yep. And I didn't. Stay tuned for part 3. So I was in the part where I left. The Holy Spirit told me to not go back. So when I left, I went to a relative's house for the weekend. Mind you, this was like Friday. So I went to a relative's house for the weekend or whatever. And I was contemplating on going back because that's my house. But something just kept telling me not to go back. And he kept saying he was about to crash out. So I was just like, I'm not trying to deal with it. I'm not going back. Not right now, at least. So he was texting my phone, like, are you going to come back? I'll leave. You can just come back home. Trying to get me basically just to come back home. And I knew that for a fact. I knew he wasn't leaving off rip. So Sunday came around. No, Saturday was here. And he texted me. He was like, I left your key under your mat. You can go back home or whatever. So I ended up not going back home that day because I thought that he was lying. So then Sunday rolls around and then Monday comes. When Monday comes, I'm like, I'm about to go home. I'm about to go check on my house. It's been 3 days. So Monday's here. I go to my house, check on my house. As soon as I walked in my door, I seen chaos. Everything was everywhere. He tore my house apart, literally tore my house apart. I go in my room, flat screens is off the walls. My videos of my apartment is in my feed or whatever y'all can go look at. Tore my apartment apart, stole my son's PlayStation, Xbox, TVs, bleached all my clothes, stole my bundles. It was a whole lot. Basically ramshacked my whole apartment, destroyed it. I mean, literally, this man was put holes in my walls. Like, it was beyond repairable. Like, I did not even want to live there. That's how empty it looked. Like, at first it looked like a home. It looked like a bando at this point. So I just called the police out, made a police report, and I ended up texting him like, wow, this is crazy. You know, stole from your own family. That's crazy. Come to find out, he later texted me and told me that he didn't do it, but somebody he knew did it. He tried to like amplify somebody else in the situation because he can't take accountability worth a damn. Okay, so he gonna just put it on somebody else. So he's telling me that somebody else did it and that he has our stuff, and that he can bring it back to me. Just a whole lot of drama. So I went back to one of my relatives' house come like Tuesday. I'm leaving like to take my car to go get some like to the repair shop, whatever, and my car literally just stopped. Like, been working all 4 years I've been having it, and it just stopped completely. So I'm getting a call from my cousin. I pick up my phone and my cousin's like, your baby daddy's at the house. I'm like, what? Child, this man and called the police to the house with him to do a welfare check on my son. Like, I haven't been taking care of him for 5 years by myself. Like, he ain't been a parent. He's not even on and off parent. He's an every blue moon parent. Like, what? So he called the police to do a checkup on our son. So I walk into the apartment. The police is here. So the police is here to do a welfare check on me. Well, my son. So they do their welfare check. He's outside hollering, screaming, I want my son, da 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 da. Just doing the most. Like, literally, like, he was the victim. Like, it's so crazy. Like, narcissist at his finest. So the police end up telling him, like, sir, if you don't calm down, you're going to jail. Like, we're going to take you to jail if you don't calm down. You called us and you're over here acting like a plum fool. Like, you're going to go to jail if you don't calm down. So he ends up being quiet, okay? Because he don't listen to the police. So then I end up, like, trying to shake the spot because you keep pulling up to where I'm at. That's crazy. Like, leave me alone. Like, you just ramshacked my apartment, just burglarized my apartment, just did all this, put your hands on me, and now you coming to where I'm at to do a welfare check on our son. Like, you're weird. So I end up leaving. I'm walking out where I was located at, and he's like hollering at my son, like, do you want to come with daddy? Like, doing all that to him, like showing him all this stuff. I'm just like, this is sad. Like, this is crazy. My son is like, no, I want my mom. He's confused. Like, this is like trauma. So we end up leaving. This man is following us. The police had to stop them. Like, don't follow them. You're going to go to jail if you follow them. He's following us out of the neighborhood. Like, he was just doing the most. So then, after all this calmed down just a little bit, I end up like blocking him because I don't want to talk. Like, I don't even want to ask you why you did any of this. I don't even want to talk to you. I wish I never met you at this point. I love my son, thankful for him, but you, yeah. So after all this like calmed down or whatever, I end up like getting my car to the shop because I'm not knowing what happened to my car. And I didn't tell y'all this, but my cousin's car was like vandalized too during the situation. So her car just stopped out of nowhere. But he's been outside the apartment the whole time. Like, we didn't even know it, but we seen it on videotape. So I ended up getting my car towed, to the dealership. They're telling me somebody put something in my tank. Someone did something to my car. So now I'm without an apartment that I loved and I took care of for 2.5 years. And now my car that I've had for 4 years that's been really good, just gone. Both at the same time. Mind you, he's blocked at this moment. I'm just getting all this information. I'm just like really in shock and I'm just trying to move through it. But just, I don't know how I was getting through all this. I really don't. Through the grace of God, that's just it. It wasn't me, it was God. So then, like, after that, he ended up, like, texting me from a blocked number. And he was basically telling me, like, that the person who had my possessions would, like, bring him to me. Like, that he would get them dropped off. Like, me and my son's stuff, like, some of the stuff that they stole. So I already knew that he burglarized my apartment. He knew who did it. He had my stuff. I'm going to insert some of the clips of him confessing to having my things because this is like really crazy. I'm telling y'all, child, it was so bad that like even to the point where he had me and my son's birth certificates. Like, he had like suitcases of me and my mail, like my personal mail. Like, he packed up suitcases. Like, he didn't only destroy my diplomas, he didn't only destroy my apartment, not only destroy my car, he packed up my mail. He had me and my son's birth certificates. Like, this man was really like trying to like steal my identity at this point. That's how I feel. I ended up reaching out to him like around the time my son had to start school, and I was just like, can I get my son a birth certificate because I'm gonna have to go through a whole lot to get a new birth certificate. He ended up agreeing to it and like met to get the birth certificate. And I was just saying to myself, like, this is really crazy. Like, this man is really like, screws is missing at this point. Like, seriously. We got the birth certificate and he's been blocked. And yes, he's contacted me through email. He's contacted me through while he was in jail. And it's crazy because he's in jail again for the same thing, but with some other woman. So, like, ladies, this is a sign. Like, this is a big sign for me. But, like, when I say this all happened between the times the end of April to the end of May, like 30 days exactly.
So, what do you guys think about this story time? I think that the sister should have had better discernment in the very beginning in terms of picking a good man so that she wouldn't have had to go through all of these things. You see, when you pick a good man, you don't have to worry about all of the abuse, all of the wretchedness, all of the negative personality traits that could result in a situation such as this. I mean, the guy seemed to be vastly abusive. He seemed to be very manipulative. He seemed to all around just be a bad dude. And she was the victim of that, but wouldn't have been if she had chosen correctly initially. And so I hope that this is a lesson for everybody watching, that you should choose your significant other well, because if you don't, it will absolutely come back to bite you. But let me know down in the comments below. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys think that she should have had better discernment in the beginning so that she wouldn't have had to deal with such a downtrodden man? Or do you guys disagree and think that none of this was her fault and that it was all on the man and that he should have done a better job at being a good man so that she wouldn't have had to deal with this in the first place? Thank you for tuning into this Clocked Out Conversation. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.